You eat clean, you walk every single day, but you are still getting weaker. What if I told you that the problem was not one big mistake, but a series of small invisible habits that are eroding your strength all day long? Today, we are not just giving you a list of foods. We are conducting a 24-hour muscle health audit to uncover the 7 hidden habits that cause muscle loss from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to be our lead auditor in this important investigation into our daily lives, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the profound wisdom of our small daily rhythms. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. The story of this audit is the story of a patient of mine. We will call her Susan. On paper, she was the perfect patient. She was 68 years old. She walked every morning. She cooked her own healthy meals, and she avoided sugar. But she came to my clinic, and she was quietly frightened. She told me, "My strength is evaporating, and I do not know why." Her powerful story is the story of these 7 hidden habits. And today, we will follow her through her day to find the hidden culprits.
That is a powerful and a very important story that I know so many of our viewers can relate to. And that is exactly how our guide is structured for you today. In this detailed audit, we are going to follow Susan's day from morning until night. We will explore the common pitfalls of the morning, the midday, the afternoon, and finally the evening and night. And for each stage of the day, we will reveal the hidden habit that is causing muscle loss, and we will give you the simple and the healing solution. It is a true blessing to have this kind of wisdom, to be able to look at our own lives with such gentle and healing awareness. If you are ready to audit your own daily routine and to find and fix the hidden habits that may be stealing your strength, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And this is a deep dive into the true art of aging with strength that you will not want to miss. Okay, doctor, our 24-hour muscle health audit begins now. Let's follow our patient Susan as she starts her day. What were the first hidden and destructive habits that your audit uncovered in her morning routine?
Yes, the morning is the most critical time for our long-term muscle health because it is our first and most powerful opportunity to be able to stop the damage that has been happening overnight while we sleep. And this is exactly where we found Susan's first 2 hidden and very common habits.
So what was the very first habit that was contributing to her muscle loss?
The first habit was skipping protein-rich breakfast. Susan, like so many people, told me that she was not very hungry in the morning. She would have a simple piece of toast with a little bit of jam or sometimes just a banana. She believed that this was a light and a very healthy start to her day. But she did not understand that after a long 8 to 10-hour fast during the night, her muscles were in a powerful catabolic or a breakdown state. Her very light carbohydrate-only breakfast was not nearly enough to be able to stop this destructive process.
And this is where the important science of anabolic resistance is so very critical for our viewers to understand. As we get older, our muscles become a little bit hard of hearing to the important signal that they get from protein. To be able to flip the switch in the body from a state of breakdown to a state of rebuilding, a senior's body needs a very strong and a very clear signal. And that signal, as the important study from the Journal of Nutrition showed, is about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein. Susan's simple piece of toast was providing her with maybe 3 or 4 grams of protein. It was like a gentle whisper when her muscles were desperately in need of a loud and a very clear command.
So the simple solution for her was to change the type of breakfast that she was eating. A very simple and a very powerful solution is the savory chickpea and veggie scramble that is mentioned in the source text for our video. It provides a huge and a very satisfying dose of protein, along with healthy fiber and some wonderful anti-inflammatory spices. It is the perfect wake-up call for the muscles.
So the first habit that we must fix is the protein-poor breakfast. What was the second hidden habit that you discovered in Susan's morning routine?
After her very light breakfast, Susan would go for a long 1-hour walk every single morning. This is a beautiful and a very healthy habit. But her second mistake was that this was the only kind of exercise that she was doing. And for a senior, only walking is not enough.
And this is another absolutely critical piece of the science that so many active seniors completely miss. Let's talk for a moment about our two different and very important types of muscle fibers. You have your type 1 muscle fibers, which are your endurance fibers, and walking is a wonderful and a beautiful way to train these. But you also have your type 2 muscle fibers, which are your strength and power fibers. These are your fast twitch fibers that you use to be able to quickly catch your balance if you trip, or to be able to stand up from a low chair without using your hands. As we get older, it is these precious type 2 power fibers that we lose most quickly, and the simple act of walking does not train them. To keep them strong and responsive, you must challenge them with some form of gentle resistance.
And this does not mean that you have to go to a gym and lift very heavy weights. In Japan, as the source text notes, we have a national morning routine that is called Radio Taiso. It is a simple 5-minute routine of gentle body weight calisthenics that millions of people do. It is about stretching, twisting, and gently challenging the muscles. The simple no-equipment circuit that is mentioned in the source text, the chair squats, the wall, push-ups, the calf raises, is a perfect and a very safe way for anyone at home to be able to provide this gentle and necessary resistance for their muscles.
It is a blessed and a very wise approach, understanding that our bodies need both the gentle rhythm of the daily walk and the gentle challenge of the resistance to be able to be truly whole and healthy. So our morning audit of Susan's routine has revealed two absolutely critical habits that she needed to fix. She needed to start her day with a high-protein breakfast to stop the overnight muscle breakdown. And she needed to add some form of gentle resistance training to her daily walk to be able to protect her important type 2 muscle fibers. That already is a huge and a very powerful step. Doctor, what did your audit uncover as we now follow Susan into the middle of her day?
Yes, the middle of the day is often when our good intentions from the morning can get lost. This is where we found Susan's next two hidden and very damaging habits. Her third hidden habit was going too long between meals. Susan would have her small breakfast at around 8 o'clock in the morning, but then she would often get very busy with her daily errands, and she would completely skip her lunch. She would not eat again until her dinner at around 6 o'clock in the evening. This created a huge 10-hour gap in her day with no nourishment at all.
And this is a very common but a very damaging mistake for a senior to make. As we learned in part 1, after just a few hours without food, your body can begin to slip back into that dangerous catabolic or muscle breakdown state. When you create a long 10-hour gap in the middle of your day, you are essentially telling your body to begin breaking down its own precious muscle tissue for fuel. The very muscle that you are trying so hard to build is now being used as an emergency source of energy.
So the solution is not to eat a very large lunch. As we often say in Japan, the body prefers gentle whispers, not loud speeches. A simple, small protein-rich snack or a light meal in the middle of the day is enough to send the important message to the body that it is safe, that it is being nourished, and that it does not need to break down its own muscle.
So that steady rhythm of eating throughout the day is absolutely critical for preventing muscle loss. Now, what was the fourth hidden habit that you discovered in Susan's afternoon?
In the afternoon, Susan would often have a cup of tea, but nothing else. And this was her fourth important mistake, ignoring the important micronutrients and the collagen that her muscles so desperately needed.
And this is a profound point that is so often missed. We think about protein for our muscles, but we often forget about collagen. Now, collagen is not just for our skin and for our joints. It is the scaffolding that surrounds all of our muscle fibers, and it is what connects them to our bones through our tendons and our ligaments. If this important connective tissue is weak, your muscles cannot be strong. And as we get older, our body's natural collagen production declines dramatically. And to be able to build new healthy collagen and to be able to use protein effectively, your body absolutely must have the helper nutrients. The two most important of these that are so often missing in a senior's diet are vitamin C and magnesium. Without enough of these important cofactors, you can eat all the protein in the world, but your body cannot properly use it to be able to build and to repair all of your tissues.
And this is why the traditional Okinawan way of eating is so very wise. The Okinawan collagen bowl that is mentioned in the source text for our video is a perfect example of a complete and a very healing meal. It combines the high-quality complete protein from the tofu with the essential magnesium from the spinach, and it provides other important minerals from the miso and from the seaweed. It is a complete and a very harmonizing meal that provides not just the protein, but all of the important helpers that are needed to be able to use it.
It is a truly blessed and a very beautiful reminder that our bodies need a complete team of nutrients all working together in a wonderful partnership to be able to truly heal and to stay strong. And this is such a deep and a very complete way of looking at our health doctor. We love sharing it with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you.
So we have now audited the morning and the midday parts of Susan's daily routine, and we have found 4 hidden habits that were contributing to her muscle loss. This now brings us to the final and perhaps the most important phase of our 24-hour audit, the evening and the night. This is what I call the repair shift, because the most important repair work that our body does happens while we are sleeping. But Susan's evening habits were preventing this important repair work from happening.
What was the 5th hidden habit that you discovered, Doctor?
The 5th habit was very simple. It was poor, restless sleep. Susan told me that she would often watch television late into the evening and that she would have trouble falling asleep. And when she did finally fall asleep, it was a very light and an interrupted sleep.
And from a scientific perspective, this is absolutely catastrophic for a person's muscle health. Let's look at the science. The vast majority of your body's muscle repair and rebuilding happens when you are in your deepest stages of sleep. This is when your brain releases its largest and most powerful surge of natural growth hormone, which is the primary hormone that signals to your body to repair its tissues. If your sleep is light or it is constantly being interrupted, you are completely missing this critical healing window. And on top of that, as we now know, poor sleep dramatically increases the level of the stress hormone cortisol in your body. And cortisol is a powerful catabolic hormone. This means it literally tells your body to break down your precious muscle tissue. So Susan's poor sleep was a terrible double attack on her muscles. She was missing the rebuilding signal from the growth hormone, And at the same time, she was getting a very loud breakdown signal from the cortisol.
And the sixth hidden habit we discovered was contributing to her poor sleep. The sixth habit was dehydration. We discovered that Susan would stop drinking any water after about 6 o'clock in the evening because she was afraid that she would have to wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom.
And while that is a very common concern for seniors, it is a very dangerous habit for the health of our muscles. Your muscle tissue is over 70% water. Even a mild state of dehydration can severely impair your muscle's ability to be able to function and to repair itself. A dehydrated muscle is a weak muscle, and it is also much more prone to the painful cramping that can further disrupt your precious sleep. The wise solution is to drink plenty of water all throughout the day so that you are well hydrated long before you go to bed.
And this brings us to our seventh and final hidden habit, one that is completely invisible to the outside world. It was chronic stress. Susan was a silent worrier. She carried a great deal of quiet stress and anxiety with her all day long.
And this is the final piece of her puzzle. Just like poor sleep, chronic, unmanaged stress also keeps your body's levels of that catabolic hormone cortisol very high. So even during the day, her internal state of stress was sending a constant low-level breakdown signal to her muscles. To be able to truly heal, she had to learn how to calm her nervous system. The simple 4-7-8 breathing technique that is mentioned in the source text for our video is a wonderful and a very powerful tool for helping with this. Now, doctor, let's go back one final time to Susan. What was the final result for her after she audited her entire 24-hour day and she began to fix all 7 of these small but very powerful hidden habits?
This is the beautiful conclusion to her story. By auditing her whole day, by starting her day with a protein-rich breakfast and some gentle resistance by eating regularly throughout the day, by focusing on her important nutrients, and by creating a peaceful and a very healing evening routine, she completely changed the message that she was sending to her body. And her body listened. Her strength began to return. Her balance improved. The falls stopped, and she came back to my office, and she told me something I will never forget. She said I did not need a new drug doctor. I just needed a new rhythm.
That is a truly beautiful and a blessed story. It is a powerful reminder that our health is not found in one big decision, but it is found in the small, the mindful, and the consistent habits that make up the sacred rhythm of our day. Doctor, this has been an incredible and a very eye-opening guide. Your 24-hour muscle health audit gives our viewers a complete and a very powerful roadmap to fight back against sarcopenia. We have audited the entire day from morning until night, and we have uncovered the 7 hidden habits that can accelerate age-related muscle loss. Everything from a protein-poor breakfast to a restless and a stressful night's sleep. This is such a hopeful message for anyone watching who has been afraid of sarcopenia and the loss of independence that it can bring. This amazing knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive strategy to both prevent and to help reverse muscle loss using gentle and consistent daily habits. It is a practical food first and holistic way to give your body the complete support that it needs to resist sarcopenia and to rebuild its natural strength.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. Your strength is not a gift that is given to you or that is taken away by age. It is a habit. It is the sum of all of the small and the wise choices that you repeat every single day from the moment that you wake up in the morning to the moment that you go to sleep at night. I encourage you to audit your day, and you will find your strength.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. Strength is a habit. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by bringing mindfulness and a healing intention to every blessed part of our daily rhythm. And of course, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet or your exercise routine, especially if you have any existing health conditions. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. If you found this guide empowering and it inspired you to audit your own daily habits, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member who you want to help stay strong and independent. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, after conducting this audit on your own routine, what is the one small habit that you are going to change this week to support your muscles? Please share your first step in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well and be strong.